The show is usually shorter than. Yes. I need this on my YouTube page. Like, people need to recognize it's not just like take a solar moment on one platform. I keep telling them, but I guess now it's time to come out this.
Now's the time to show them.
I keep trying to tell you. I got a new song too. You ready for this? It's an old song, but I redid it. I had a chance to think about this song. You ready for this? We from Western New York, right? So as you're setting up, I might as well set the tone. I've got a mule. Her name is Sal. 15 miles on the Erie Canal. She's a good old worker and a good old pal. 15 miles on the Erie Canal. Now, this is where I remade this song. You ready?
Let's hear it.
We've hauled some romance in our days, filled with lumber, lovers and rolling in hay, and we'll go every step of the way. From Albany to Buffalo. I would tell you Low Bridge, everybody down. Low Bridge, cause you done come into a town. Well, if you follow me, you'll know my neighbors. Follow me, you'll know my pals. I'm telling you, you better take your solar moment and check out that Erie Canal. So I made that up, some of it, but I'm just saying, I use it as a workout, right? It's an old school song, but it's just a new school flavor.
That's essentially what the music vibe is supposed to be.
Is that what it's supposed to be?
Oh yes, honey.
Girl, well, I love it.
I'm an old school soul.
Yeah, y'all saw that curve? It was real. It ain't fake. It's real. People don't understand production. Like, they see me. I shared the Apollo video so the kids, but sometimes you got like, she can handle that because I got an announcement to make. Like, she's a wild and out girl, so trust me, the thing I just did is nothing compared to what you gonna see on the 26th of March when you check me on the red team for wilding out. Right? I'm all like psyched up in my head. Big booty, big booty, big booty, big booty, big booty. Hey, got big booty. I'm not gonna play with you today, cause if you come, I'm going to party. Take it down like party. Okay. All right, we ready?
You could just adjust your mic.
Okay.
To you.
I'm on a rim shot. Hey. I don't really know how to adjust the microphone.
Oh. Is it short enough for you, or you?
Yeah, I think it's cool.
I was just saying, just adjust this part.
So. Oh, this part?
Mm-hmm.
So that I got that signature. So, like, when I'm talking to certain people who I'm trying to let them know about being sponsors, they recognize that when I say several platforms, we mean that. Several platforms.
Several.
Woo! Okay. My girl is with it. Nelly in the house. Say what? Say huh? All right. Tell me when we in. Count me in so they know.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey everybody, welcome back. You are with Solar, the community's daughter, and yes, you are joining me on WUFO podcast, Power 96.5. That's right. So make sure you tune in, whether you're online, you done dialed it in on the station because you're local, or maybe you download us on one of the apps. Either way it go, I'm about to give you some news you can use. So I'm repeating this, but if you follow me on YouTube, it's kind of like not a repeat. You actually see the whole bloops and blunders, right? So make sure you do that. And of course, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, YouTube, and of course, Radio Public. Why am I telling you? Because you're going to want to share this news with everyone. First and foremost, your girl, the one-hit wonder, because don't ask me to repeat a rhyme twice, because it's not going to happen. I have just been invited to be on the red team for the Buffalo Wildin' Out. Woo, woo, woo. Okay? So it's about to get crazy in the low. Y'all don't even know. This is how it's going to go. Your girl right here going to rock, not solo, but with the red team, and we never go dolo. Taking you out. Yes, black, so watch out. I don't even know what round we going to turn out, but every single one we going to win. So I'm going to let you know that this is where it begins. Okay? So boom, that's how we going to do that. Take some breath. Okay, now the next thing, I am super excited because this actually airs, okay, in perfect timing. This airs in enough time to still invite you to the birthday celebration that will recognize your girl right here for the big 45, but that is not the signature announcement. The signature announcement is that this birthday signatures something very special. So business professionals, those that are on the rise, those that love to connect and network. I see y'all out there, big Black History giveaway months and surprises and acknowledgments. That's beautiful. Now I need you to take it up a notch. I need you to make sure that you're in the space and the place at the right time. 1633 Hurdle Avenue at Je ne sais quoi. Why? Because not only will you get to see this artistry in motion, okay, but I'm gonna give you a bigger notion on why they picked me for the red team. Oh, versatile. Okay, really, really, really grown. Last but not least, we are getting ready for Women's Month. And as we prepare for Women's Month, I want you to know that in March, aside from my birthday being the kickoff celebration, you'll also have dinner and conversation on March 24th with none other than the beautiful woman that owns WUFO Power 96.5. I call her boss lady, and sometimes you might just hear me call her mom, right? But Sheila L. Brown will be featured in the pros and poor conversation at Je ne sais quoi. Of course, I got to back it up. We got a little March Madness, but I'm excited about the conversation. But you know what I'm more excited about? You ready for this? Having it at a restaurant slash bar that is so upscale that you can order your Jenna Jills. You don't call them Long Islands. No, okay, they're called Jenna Jills. And the food is, it's called je ne sais quoi, but it's exquisite. It tastes like something, right? So the woman behind that vision envisioned being able to invite the community to a soul food experience, and that experience is going to set the atmosphere. So I don't want to give too much away, but we will be podcasting live on that day. So follow. Big shout out to Tim Newkirk. Big shout out to, of course, Rashid McDuffie, all of the podcasters that are doing great things. As I get ready for Women's Month, can I be transparent since you helped me with this? Because I was like,
you could be transparent.
Oh, awesome. I love this. I didn't want to do this today. Like, I was like, I don't have anything. I'm all out of energy. Like, I'm MIA. And what did you say to me?
I said you can make your podcast about woman empowerment.
Right. And I was getting ready, and I was when you work at home from Zoom, this is gonna be bad. I'm sorry, I'm transparent. You're not dressed fully. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna get ready and I'm gonna think about what you said. And when you say women empowerment, I think the first thing that of course, I'm a backwards planner. So don't charge this to anything except for my head, not necessarily my heart. But in order to empower someone, I think the first thing I would say is accept that women have different needs of being empowered, right? And one of the things that I wish I would have brought my sign with me next week. I love my visuals, but I got this sign from a homeless guy, and on one side it says, and I'm gonna make sure I bring it next week. Make sure I bring it because I don't want to disappoint the people, right? Okay, so one side it says like, "You're the apple of my eye." Woo! You are the apple of my eye. I was like, yes. So I got the sign thinking that it was like, "You're the apple of my eye." The other side was like, "Don't be a hater." I'm like, so, technically you're supposed to let him see this side and then her be this side. Like, I'm just saying, like, you feel me? So don't be a hater. And I think that's one part about women empowerment is that women, we have to learn to embrace each other. And I think sometimes we frown up at each other so quickly that we don't recognize how haphazard we treat each other, if that's a thing. My girl Whoopi say we're humans, right? But as humans, we are male and female species, and we tend to operate differently. And as you told me to think about women empowerment, one of the things that I've thought about is how many people are women in my life that have empowered me, and how many people are no longer in my life because they were women and they didn't empower me. And I was like, oh, that's a great way to look at it, because I always want pros and cons, so that if we're going to be the empowering women, we know how not to be those other women. For instance, I love my sisters, and I want y'all to know this. I will help you at all costs. If there is something I can give, if there is something I can do, if there is something I can share, it is yours. Fingernail polish, just don't ask me for my drawers. I'm just saying, because sometimes I don't wear them. I'm just saying, this is Women's Month, right? So we're getting ready for Women's Month. Let's be real. Women, we don't like wearing drawers all the time. That's why they made sundresses, right? Okay, so, right. Sundresses were wear for free days. So, with that being said, I really think that women need to take the moment to recognize, and we talked about this before, the energies that we put off. Okay, so for me, I don't do this intentionally, right? And I really don't, and I have dealt with this for years. I put off a sensuality. I found out, like I love some type of sensuality. I'm okay with hugging. I'm kind of like okay with the booty. Like I'm okay with y'all saw that in the beginning. Y'all didn't see that, but we saw that over here. I'm okay with who I am. I have been through a lot and comfortable enough. And some women are not okay with that. If I had big boobs, I would probably show like my cleavage because I think that that's sexy, but I don't have that, but I admire that. So I don't frown upon people when they dress a certain way. That's what I'm going. I actually think that women are creative enough to do what we need to do. So I think that if I'm not straightening your crown, like if I see your slip hanging, I'm gonna help you out, right? So women, one of the things I want to say as far as encouragement and empowerment is be beautiful in the skin you in, and then look at other sisters. You ready for this catch? Sis, you beautiful. I love the way how you present yourself. I love your swag. I mean, if it's something in the business world I can help you with, if it's ever an outfit sweater you like, yo sis, I wear shawls, so a lot of people don't like shawls. But if it's ever a shawl of mine that you really truly like let me know. Because I've learned from some very beautiful sisters that when we do things to each other that empower each other, guess what it does? It actually empowers us. Say that again.
It builds us.
It builds us. So as we're thinking about going into Women's Month, and I think of some of the beautiful women that I've had the chance to work with over the years that I call community moms, that I have called community sisters, that I call friends in the community. One of the things that I find also about women, so that we can stay like on the positive note, is that women, guess what? There is room for every single one of us at the well. There is room for us to support each other at the well. There is room for us to put buckets and buckets into this well and pull it up, and everyone can eat and drink. That's what I'm trying to say. So when we see different women in businesses, I think that one of the things that makes me want to network even more is because our powers and our talents and our abilities together are more powerful than they are separated. And of course, everyone isn't lumped into one thing at a time. For instance, we're having, my birthday party is at Je ne sais quoi, but guess what? My poet friends are coming to Je ne sais quoi, and they're performing, and there's live music there. But at the same time, I'm working with other women who do different things, and it's coming together to present something special to the community. And I think that that is a beautiful thing. So women get, and I think that's the biggest thing we're going to keep seeing, how we can work together. The other thing is, women, I have to be honest and transparent, and I don't know if that's why I don't really have a huge inner circle, because sometimes honesty hurts. Sometimes honesty can be as simple as saying, you invited me over for dinner, and like, you can't cook, but it's okay. Maybe I'm not your friend because I need you to cook. Maybe that's what I offer. Like, I'm the cook of like my family is a bunch of cooks. This is what we do. But I love hanging with people. You ready for this? Who know how to dress? Because man, if you know how to dress, and I could hang with you. Want to know why? Because I hate shopping. But while you over there, we figuring out this outfit situation, I'm gonna figure out what we're gonna eat in the mean in between time. I'm also the type of person, I like being around people who like having fun, because I am excitingly fun and I enjoy being fun, and I can be silly at a drop of a dime, and I might do a TikTok review in the middle of I don't even know what. And it's not because I want people, it's just fun, right? It's sometimes women, it's okay to have fun. It's okay to laugh.
Fun doesn't mean just go out there and do stupid stuff. It's not necessarily fun.
So what's something fun that you like to do? Help me out here.
Wine tasting is fun.
Oh, I love it. you know what I'm thinking.
What?
We're about to do a WFO wine trail. I think we're gonna put that together. I'm putting it in the atmosphere, and we're gonna solidify it. Wouldn't you like to get in a nice little, we may have to get us a nice little driver party bus and sip and taste with us. You wanna do something like that? Let's put that together, okay? I got you. See? And the beautiful, I'll be your host. I'll help you put it together, and I'll host it. We'll get on the bus and we can talk and have fun and do trivia. Like you said, fun comes in all sorts of ways. And I think that leads me into, ladies, and this is an individual term, adventurous. A lot of times we get into relationships. I'm going to give us this because it's Women Month, and we get into relationships, and whether it's I'm going to use a male and female relationship, right? And you're like this. you're stiff necked. And you know you're not as adventurous as your inner wants to be, and you're holding that back. And then you get to a point in this relationship, and he like, what's next? And you like, that's all I got. But on the inside, you like, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do that.
But I also feel like with that, they gotta give the same energy, because you could say what's next, but your actions don't prove that you're trying to do something that's next.
And see, I like what you just said, right? And you saying he would have to give the same energy. In my studies most recently,
here we go with the data.
You know, I'm yeah. Hello, what are we out here doing?
Collecting data.
Come on, I'm glad you see. She follows. I told y'all we on multiple platforms, but the message is the same, right? So this is what I found. I have found that there are some real men still left in.
There are,
right, and they give off real men vibes. Now hold on. Now, I'm not talking perfection.
No,
I'm talking about showing a nice time, being that man, da 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 da, right? And because we as women, I know women gonna get mad at me, like I'm getting it. That's why I bring.
Sometimes we gotta hear it.
Okay, so ready for this? But you so hurt, you so stuck, you so disillusioned, you have so many expectations. Once again, remember I started on the inside of you. You're desiring to be adventurous, and here you are presented with that. And I'm saying in an instance when you're because that energy won't rise if you're not presented with that. So I also have to remind you that I started off with on the inside. You're feeling that. Nothing that you made up, nothing that you're forcing, but you're to a point in your life where you're like, okay, wow, I'm at the table, I'm ready to collect data, but I'm gonna hold this back. And I'm saying, okay, first, second, third date, 6 months in, come on, you still now 7 months in, 8 months in, and you're like, I really want to just go for a trip, but I can't go on the trip because the last guy hurt me, or the last time I went on a trip, oh my God, the last time I went to this restaurant for dinner, and oh my God, I can't, don't touch me like that because the last guy touched me like that, and oh no, wait. He didn't call. And these are the anxieties that women, come on, let's talk about, oh my goodness, am I wearing the right outfit? He didn't compliment. I mean, the things that.
From a mild PTSD almost.
And we suffer from that. And so do they.
So do they.
So do they.
They definitely do.
But at the rate, they soldiers, and that's why I said it's some real men, right? And they're saying, I'm going in the war. I'm going in the war zone. And they looking at us, and they done seen us on some off days, so they know what it is, right? If they're smart. Right? If they're smart, they're like, let me check this out before I go into the trivia. You know, like if I'm going into the trenches, let me check this out. And I'm saying, so if you're to that point in life, right, that comes with everything that we've been talking about. You've talked about the healing part. You've done the work to heal. You've taken it to self-evaluation, and now you're at the table collecting data. Don't go to the table if you're not ready to collect the data and identify what it is. Like, leave them alone, because once again, all you're gonna do is add to their trauma and yours. Go ahead.
But it could be reversed also, because a lot of guys don't know how to not stay away either, even though they're going through the trauma. And projecting their energy onto us oftentimes is where the tiredness or the lack thereof of anything sometimes come from, that energy from the receiving end.
Now I want you to add a sound effect in here. And I want you to go
like a rewind.
A rewind right there. That's where I want you to add the rewind. And that rewinds me all the way to how we started this topic. It's a lot of girls out there who won't say no, right? That's how this all started. Pastor Newkirk, I'm looking in every camera. And please make sure you tell him this. You worked my nerves, because now I don't have no female friends, because now I got to be honest. You know, it could be reversed. It could be on either side of us not dealing with the ability to not be attracted to the opposite sex. And a lot of times, and I'm not a doctor, but I am a survivor, right? I am somebody who has overcome and still working to overcome my little addictions or my little things that I didn't recognize were there. Why did I have all these relationships in multiple Adams and didn't recognize or respect that there were Adams in my life, and these became my baby daddy, some of them, and some of them wasn't. Too truthful, but honest. So at the rate that's the case, that's where we have to do the work. Individuals as humans, That doesn't mean stay in an incubator. That doesn't mean stay in the echo chamber. That means that doing the work means that you are identifying the things that you project, the things that you have. And then dating doesn't mean you have to stay. And I think that's the part that keeps getting me confused with dating, courting, or just hanging out or whatever, right? And there's different levels. But when I say dating, that doesn't mean I'm in this committed thing that, it's and significant dating, or I don't know what the word would be. Like if we're courting and we're really going somewhere, that's the difference, right? Not there yet. Dating to me is sitting at the table, allowing myself to be vulnerable enough to see, how does this feel?
How does this fit into my life?
How
Is
does
this something that I want to be a part of? Can we work? How is the energy between us? I should have the option of figuring it out. It shouldn't be a, that's where a lot of people get it confused. Like you said, dating is not just I'm only talking to you. Dating is, okay, well, if I'm talking to John, Jim, and Harry, I'm trying to feel who it is that I like more, who it is that I am attracted, not just physically, but emotionally, sensitively. Like, can you handle my emotions? Can you handle who I am and what makes me? And vice versa.
Y'all see why I love doing what I'm doing and doing what I'm doing, queen of conversation. And when you got people that you can talk to, can you hear me now? Hello. It's everything you just said. And then you know what the beautiful part about data is? As data changes, that's why the numbers in data, we would say check the numbers. That means that you may have started off with 5 people. Like, and then let's just be honest. I'm talking on the phone, I'm texting, I may go to lunch, I may only see you at the library, the groceries. Like, okay, but no, that don't work. Okay, so now I'm talking on the phone, I'm texting. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. And women, I think we don't honestly do that. I think we make it because sex is such a powerful thing. We think that you ain't gotta have sex with none of them. Today, you don't have to.
You don't have to. You don't have to open up, like my grandmother would say. God made it down. God made it down there and not on your forehead for a reason.
I like grandma. I like grandma.
So you don't have to spread your legs or include sex in every encounterment that you get into.
Yes.
Because before you even get there is, you got to look at it as every encounterment that you get into and you spread your legs, that's an energy that you're letting into you. That's somebody that you don't know what they've been through, what they done when you're letting all of that. And yeah, a lot of us is unaware of that, but have you ever encountered someone and then all of a sudden you're in a mood that you don't even know where this mood came from?
And you wonder why. and you want to know something else that I've learned being a survivor. I trust that if he's a real man, and I'm going to be very transparent in this moment, he may try me. That is an indicator that I'm not comfortable with the way he just touched me. Like, not comfortable. I wrote about it in Cast Iron Omissions. It's available on Amazon, eBay. It's just online. Cast Iron Omissions memoir by Janae Solar Ingram. And I wrote about how some of my encounters have literally set my body on fire, but because I did not have a value because of the things that I went through sexually, I didn't have a value on, I could say no. I just because you touch me and you want me don't mean that I don't have to kiss you. I don't have to let you put your hands on my butt. I don't have to. I'm not. But this is the other thing, ladies. I'm not even mad for him trying, because that's your character.
That's in your nature.
That's in your nature. But if you put your arm around me and that don't feel right, baby, we ain't got to keep going no further. If you literally go to pull my chair out or forget to, depending, I'm just being, because some people, I'm just saying, certain things that don't feel right, those are the things that we got to start paying attention to. But I believe that sometimes we have been victimized and we ignored that because no one else asked. I wasn't in a mindset to even allow myself to feel. I was shelled. Okay, if a man want to touch me, he gonna touch me anyway, so I ain't got to put up a fight. But I'm gonna get mad after he touched me, because the real guy who touched me without permission, he ain't care how I felt. So you're just there. You're not even present. But if you're present, no, and
I don't like that.
I don't like that. And if they respect you and they change that, cool. If they don't, and you move on.
Keep it pushing.
And I think that that's something that women have to be honest about. And I think that we suppress that if we've ever been through any of those type of traumas, that we suppress that so deeply that we don't realize that comes out looking like a different character to a man. And then they really see our crazy because we react.
The reaction is what scares them.
The reaction is like, what? And all they saying is, did you want cheese on your nachos? No, and they may have touched you the wrong way, asking you about the cheese, but you haven't dealt with that. I have been very, I've been out there and I've had that happen to me. I've done that, and I really be honest, that is something that ladies, in order to encourage each other, if you have a friend, a loved one, a young lady that you care dearly about, and you see certain behaviors, especially those that do not line up, if you care about her, their mental health, if you care about them and their development, please identify that with them, because sometimes that's deeper than we know. And that's not to get them into a relationship, that is to get them to heal so that they can relate to themselves. So I wanted to make sure that we talked about that, because you said let's encourage, right? Mental health in women is real. Our estrogen, our estrogen, lack thereof, menopause, unbalanced hormones. I'll be honest with you, ladies. I'm very transparent. It's Ladies Month, right? How many of y'all have already experienced, I have no lady parts left. I have.
What?
Okay, that.
What do you mean no?
Okay, let me try that again.
Yeah.
Can you put where's the sign?
Run that back.
Run that back. Right, run that back. I can't even edit this. You do know that, I am not editing. I don't edit. They get the raw and the real. Okay. So it's okay. So this is, I'm gonna start over again. Really? Okay. Ladies, how many of you have gone through, I'm gonna start here. For me, I have gone through a full hysterectomy. So I like to say I've been fixed, neutered, and spaded, right? Because it was two separate surgeries. One was worse than the other, but they were still bad situations. And still, I found that even though, and that's why I call my lady parts on the inside may be gone. And don't get me twisted; those things are still active, and I'm not active. Wrong words. I can't even use the right words today. I mean, they're there, they work that part, but on the inside, I'm not producing anything else. Okay, and there's no. Thank you. That's why she's so interested. She's here. I need her all up in my life right here, right? Right up in here. So there's no reproductive parts left. And I think that was a hard thing for me to go through, being so young when that happened. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I had 4 boys by the time that happened, but just knowing that on the inside, it changed who I thought I was at the time. Women we go through menstruals, and I get to have an attitude every 28 days, and I go through bloating, and it's normal. And then you know, that's how we're raised to think. And then you go through something at a young age where you're going through fibroic cyst, or you're dealing with things on your ovaries, and things are going on in your body, and you're not really trying to produce no more, because kids cost a heck of a lot of money anyway. So they decided to go ahead and take them. For me, that surgery came with so much. I had, let's just talk about, we have pileups, we have the fibroic cyst, we also have the different cysts. It's just a bunch of stuff. It's just, right? We have all these things, and go to your OB/GYN
to figure it out.
Please.
It's essential.
Because women, we also suffer in silence from the inside out. I was more angry because I was in pain, and I could not stop to identify the pain. And so I kept going until it almost killed me. And I recognized that a lot of the relationships and people, period, that I dealt with, depending on the time of day, you got the inside of me, you got the rotten side of me, you got the pile-up side of me, you got the fibroic cystic side of me.
You got the attitude, you got everything.
And don't tell me
what's going wrong in that.
And don't tell me I don't have an attitude, because if you tell me I got an attitude, I'm gonna tell you I don't have an attitude, and now I'm really gonna have an attitude because you got the nerve to tell me that I got an attitude. However you want to say it, I got an attitude, but I don't. I got pain, but I don't know how to tell you that because I don't trust you.
It's to tell you.
Women, we go through a lot, and I encourage you to go through and really, I know, right? And really make sure that you take care of yourself. So in Women's Month, I think that we're going to break some of this down. I may try to get some people that I feel like can have this conversation, or I may just tell you to continuously follow me. But nonetheless, that's my little alarm telling me that it's time to wrap this solar moment up, because I could take you a lot of places when it comes to women encouragement. But this is where I want to leave you to really bring this all together. All jokes aside, ladies, as we are celebrating the fact that they gave us a month, that is beautiful. But we know that life is 365 if we're blessed to see it. And if we're blessed to see it, that it's our job to make sure that we are the healthiest we can ever be. And many times, the reason sisterhood is such a strong word is because we need each other's energy, wisdom, and beauty in order to make this world what it can be. Our nurturing sense of how we live is something that the earth thrives off of. We are the birth and the mothers of kings and queens. We are the aunts and the caretakers for mothers, fathers, sisters, cousins, and brothers and women. We are essential to this world. So, with that being said, the best way to be encouraged as a woman is to look at another woman and remind you, sis, I love you. Sis, I appreciate you. Sis, I'm supporting you. Sis, I love you so much that whatever I have, honestly, you're not gonna be alone in your unnecessaries or your necessaries. But more than anything, remember, there's moments for you in this life to take advantage of, and one of them is being the best woman you can be. Yeah, you might want to stop that, girl. My mother gonna be cussing me out.
That was good.
Thank you.